A funeral elegy. 'Tis lost to trust a tomb with such a guest, or to confine her in a marble chest. Alas, what's marble, jet, or porphyry, prized with the chrysolite of either eye, or with those pearls and rubies which she was? Joined the two Indies in one tomb, 'tis glass, and so is all to her materials, though every inch were 10 escurials, yet she's demolished. Can we keep her then, in works of hands, or of the wits of men? Can these memorials, rags of paper, give life to that name, by which name they must live? Sickly, alas, short-lived, aborted be those carcass verses whose soul is not she. And can she, who no longer would be she, being such a tabernacle, stoop to be in paper wrapped? Or when she would not lie in such a house, dwell in an elegy? But 'tis no matter. We may well allow verse to live so long as the world will now, for her death wounded it. The world contains princes for arms, and counsellors for brains, lawyers for tongues, divines for hearts, and more, the rich for stomachs, and for backs the poor, the officers for hands, merchants for feet, by which remote and distant countries meet. But those fine spirits which do tune and set this organ are those pieces which beget wonder and love, and these were she, and she being spent, the world must needs decrepit be. For since death will proceed to triumph still, he can find nothing after her to kill, except the world itself, so great as she. Thus brave and confident may nature be, death cannot give her such another blow, because she cannot such another show. But must we say she's dead? May it not be said that as a sundered clock is piecemeal laid, not to be lost, but by the Maker's hand repolished, without error then to stand? Or as the Afric Niger stream enwombs itself into the earth, and after comes, having first made a natural bridge to pass for many leagues far greater than it was, may it not be said that her grave shall restore her greater, purer, firmer than before? Heaven may say this and joy in't, but can we, who live and lack her, here this vantage see? What is to us, alas, if there have been an angel made a throne, or cherubin? We lose by it, and as aged men are glad, being tasteless grown, to joy and joys they had, so now the sick, starved world must feed upon this joy, that we had her, who now is gone. Rejoice then, nature, and this world, that you, fearing the last fires, hastening to subdue your force and vigour, ere it were ne'er gone, wisely bestowed, and laid it all on one whose clear body was so pure and thin, because it need disguise no thought within. 'Twas but a through-light scarf, her mind t'enroll, or exhalation breathed out from her soul. one whom all men who durst no more admired, and whom, whoe'er had worth enough, desired. As when a temple's built, saints emulate to which of them it shall be consecrate. But as when heaven looks on us with new eyes, those new stars every artist exercise, what place they should assign to them they doubt, argue, and agree not, till those stars go out. So the world studied whose this piece should be, till she can be nobody's else, nor she, but like a lamp of balsamum, desired rather to dawn than last, she soon expired, clothed in her virgin white integrity. For marriage, though it do not stain, doth die. To 'scape th' infirmities which wait upon woman, she went away before she was one, and the world's busy noise to overcome took so much death as served for opium. For though she could not, nor could choose to die, sh'hath yielded to too long an ecstasy. He which not knowing her said history should come to read the book of destiny, how fair and chaste, humble and high she had been, much promised, much performed, at not 15, and measuring future things by things before, should turn the leaf to read, and read no more, would think that either destiny mistook, or that some leaves were torn out of the book. But 'tis not so. Fate did but usher her to years of reason's use, and then infer her destiny to herself, which liberty she took but for thus much to die. Her modesty not suffering her to be fellow commissioner with destiny, she did no more but die. If after her any shall live which dare true good prefer, every such person is her delegate. To accomplish that which should have been her fate, they shall make up that book, and shall have thanks of fate and her for filling up their blanks. For future virtuous deeds are legacies which from the gift of her example rise, and 'tis in heaven part of spiritual mirth to see how well the good play her on earth.